All right. Let's talk about Springtime today. A map done by me. I have put that together. Actually, based on the same map from StarCraft 2, um, Light Shades is based on. So yeah, I just changed a little bit more than Heavy wanted. So Heavy's version, or the one I created, like Light Shades, together with Heavy, is more or feels more like the map from StarCraft 2, and what I created with Springtime feels more like something unique. But yeah, so that's Springtime in a nutshell. You find it by just typing in Springtime. It shows up once. There's no funny versions of that. And go. All right. So the layout is the first thing which is unique because the spawns are kind of located in the middle, like yeah, on the sides. I think it's the only map in the current pool in general which is not which is like that, which is a unique feature, and I really like it. um, but yeah, in general, it's a bit turtly, I would say. You have obviously div choice, which is another unique thing. What mine you take as a natural. I usually go for this one, just because I like this very narrow choke here, which you can obfuscate with a castle and a house or something, right? And then you have the worker gate, and you have like a free third. It's a kind of on Sylvan Charm, um, but not as um, far apart and safe. But yeah, Springtime is a very nice map. If you want to go for 3 base all in or something, because you get the 3 base up relatively easy. But let's not talk about the SimCity yet. Let's talk about the layout in general. So this is like first and second expansion. So you would go for a third either here or here. Usually people go for this one because it's safer. Um, and this is usually the fourth. Obviously, you can change that up, right? The thing is, I know some players like Bisham, for example, they don't take this mine at all. They take this as the natural, and then they take this as the third, and this is the fourth, and this is like the fifth base. Then very late. Sometimes only when the main runs out, they put a castle here. I think especially with Beast it makes sense, but you gotta ask Bisham for more details on that. I don't like fully understand it, and I usually take this as my natural and this as my third, and then fourth and fifth are those two. Obviously there are more mines, right? So we have one tucked away in a corner, and then this one which is relatively close to the main, but still like a very long way and very exposed one. So this is like the end and the late game. Um, when you pretty much mined out the natural or even the third and the main, and you have to take those bases because yeah, to keep the income going and the production going. So yeah, that's the layout. So those bases are rarely taken, and fairly late anytime. So yeah, yeah, another unique thing which I really like is this spot right now, right in front of the um, CE natural, let's call it that. So you have the possibilities to block those two chokes, right? You can put like a house here, then here, or a Rex or something. And then your opponent needs to go here, so you can then go ahead and put a house here or here, have the castle here, and everything gets really narrow, and it's just a great spot in general. Also, it makes sense, like if you are expecting wolves, for example, you position your raiders up here or here, and the wolves will run in and they won't have vision, but your raiders have, and then they start and give them free hits, and then you can just retreat, or block the wolf coming in nicely on this ledge. So in general, there are a lot of tricks you can do on this map. So yeah, this the spot. You want to master the spot and really have a good grasp as what to expect and how to play that. With wolves, obviously, you want to not go this route or this route. You want to go around. But when you just right click here, the wolf will 100% choose this way. So you always try to manually change the path of the wolf. So send the wolf here and then in. It's usually just a bit safer to not get like 2 or 1 free hits, which then prevent you pretty much from going into the main, right? So yeah, this one is to be mastered here. And yeah, other than that, it's a very turtly map. Also great for proxies. There's one very interesting spot here for proxies. You can put your werewolf then in here, and then you take a advanced workshop and put that, for example, here, and another house you put it here, and then the werewolf will pop in up here. And there was a game between me and Bisharm in one of the closed, I think the last closed event cup, where he made that, and we actually both tried to werewolf drop us from the spot. And I put the house, I think I put the house here, and I didn't put a tower here, right? So the tower was not there. So his werewolf still spawned here. So this house didn't make any sense. So if you like, you have to scout on this map, right? At some point you have to check if there's something here. Just with a worker going on down here, it's no problem. But the thing is, even if you see something here, you have to you need the proper response, right? So the proper response would be to either put the house here, right? And then the werewolf pops out and can go nowhere, right? Here's not enough space, here's not enough space, so the werewolf will get stuck here and can't go anywhere, right? He has to attack the house and kill the house first until he can get into you. Another, like, you can add on that and put a tower next to it, and then the tower kills the werewolf while the werewolf is trying to kill the wolf, and you kind of nullify what the werewolf player is trying to achieve here. But there's also the possibility to put the house like this, but then you need, again, like the werewolf would spawn here and still be in your main, so then you want to put the tower here, right? So this is what you're going for and what's the setup. So make sure to that you have that down as well, especially in league games. That can be quite tricky and important to be aware of this possibility and to know how to fight against it or how to counter it, right? And yeah, that's I think the exciting parts about the map. The rest is pretty straightforward. You have the middle part where you want to free up this passageway at some point, especially with bees. I think you want to clean that up. But in general, like the pathways are partially blocked here, so you cannot just claim this position nicely and then defend it. You need to, like, to be able to abuse that to the fullest, right? Those two upper parts, you want to destroy the buildings here, and those houses, especially those houses. Except if you're mech, I think as mech you want to keep them because they make stuff more narrow. Especially this part, and this part is very hard to engage into. But if the houses are destroyed, the units can go in freely from here and here. And yeah, this part is sometimes important because, like, runarounds, right? They come in from this side into the third or fourth. So yeah, in general, I think I really like the map, but it's more like a personal thing. I can imagine people who don't like it because there's a few tricks here, especially this part can be a struggle for unexperienced or less experienced players. And also, like, if you forget about this and then your opponent is doing it, it's a bit iffy. But in general, I think it's a great map. I think you can play Beast and Rex here just fine. I think when you play Rex, you really have to take this one, and then block either down here or here. With Beast, I think it's just important to kill the buildings at some point. In the middle, the rest is fine, and you just have to play around those narrow spaces. There's another thing I like to do I did that versus Heavy in the closed event cup, and it was a relatively close game. So you put your Rex here, and then you blink out with the Raider immediately when it spawns. So your Raider spawns here, and you position it here at the very end, and then you just flash down. That actually works. And then your way from here to this action here is very short, and that just can catch people off guard, and make things a bit more funny, I would say, in the early game, and you have like an easier time getting up your natural, especially versus Beast or in Rex Mirror. That's a great tactic. Versus Workshop opening, obviously, that's not that great because the Workshop player is never gonna push you anyways, before he has like at least 3 gets. So yeah, keep that in mind. But yeah, if you find anything else you can exploit on the map, let us know in the comments, either now or after Pro League, depending on if you are in a team or not. So good luck in your games on springtime, and talk to you soon.